Hi everyone, my name is Lisa Renee, and I have wanted to start YouTubing about being a seasoned student, and not only just a student, LPN that's going from LPN to RN. Okay, so I've been an LPN for 12 years. Yes, so that makes me 47. I know, I know. So I worked for 5 years, med-surg, yes, an agency. So I worked 5 years. I didn't work for seven. So I've only been back in the workforce for a year and a half. So when I first started out nursing, they hired us in hospitals anywhere, in surgery, just name somewhere. So now when I went back, they phased us out of most hospitals, at least in my area, or where you could get paid good money. Okay, and I don't like long term care. A lot of people are okay with it, and I worship the ground you walk on because that is hard work. And I promise you, I worship the ground you walk on. I do, because you have. I mean, that's a whole nother story, a whole nother video. Okay, so as an LPN, when I wasn't working, I wasn't worried about going back to school. So after working for a little while, I'm like, okay, I can't see myself doing this every day. There's no room for advancement. You're just here in this bubble, and you can't stretch your way out. You can't do anything to get out. So I decided to go back to school. Yes. So with that being said, I had to do some research and see what I needed to do. So one of the things that I needed to do was take the T's. Yep. So I took the T's, and I'll tell you why I didn't go online and why I didn't go to different schools, and that was mainly money. I don't get financial aid. We would have to pay out of pocket, right? So the cheapest route for me would be to do an ADN program. And if I wanted to advance from there, go ahead. So I took the T's that was required. I passed that. And the only classes that are required for the program that I'm applying for is college algebra, anatomy and physiology 1 with the lab, anatomy and physiology 2 with the lab. That's it. But they count each time that you've taken them. Okay? They require 18 on the ACT. They required a 2.0 in those classes that I mentioned. And they require, I'm looking at a piece of paper, I'm sorry, an 18 and a 60 on your T's. So that's not that bad, right? You would think so. So I retook college algebra because I took it 15 years prior. And that was in the fall of 2018. So I retook that and I applied for the program. I didn't get in. I know I was just as shocked, but I was okay. So I had to come up with a plan to reapply. So my plan was, because this school does not have a age limit on your prerequisites. The prerequisites that I mentioned was anatomy and physiology 1 with the lab, anatomy and physiology 2 with the lab, or college algebra. I decided to take a anatomy and physiology 1 with the lab and anatomy and physiology 2 with the lab at the same time. I'm taking them both right now. I am. So, and that would basically get me to the point where I'm able to apply to other schools, right? So I am presently enrolled in those classes. Yes, I am. And I'm working 1 to 2 days a week, sometimes 3, depending on what's going on. And so far, so good. So that's where I am. So the reason I have to go the 2 years where I am, they do have the bridge program, but I did the bridge program 10 years ago, and they only allow you one time. So that's the thing. So I wanted to start this channel, as I said, because I follow a lot of wonderful, I'm talking about wonderful nursing students, nurses, but they're all under 40. So I feel like that I have a little bit more to offer to, the little seasoned nurses. and seasoned students. I am the oldest student in every one of my classes. And that's okay because every time I take an exam, honey, all I see is my tuition being on the page. I don't see no words. I don't see no numbers. I don't even see my name. All I see is how much my tuition was, okay? So I hope you guys hang around and I will post what I did to study for my TEAS test, how my husband and I have adjusted to me being back in school. And it's basically full time, even though it's 8 hours. If I'm not in class, I'm studying. If I'm not studying, I'm in church. If I'm not in church, I'm at work. If I'm not at work, I'm in church. If I'm not in church, I'm studying. If I'm not studying, I'm in class. And that's just my life. So I'm not complaining because I asked God for it and I'm fine with that. So I hope you guys stay tuned. I will, if you have a suggestion for a video, leave it down below. I hope to come back with you with another video this coming weekend maybe. Yeah, because I have an exam coming up next Thursday. So I hope to come back for a video to tell you guys basically what's going on and how we've adjusted, how I study, what I used to study for the TEAS, what I'm going to do if I don't get in, and just what it's like to be a nurse and why I decided to that being an LPN wasn't enough for me. So welcome you guys, hang around, and deuces.